I want you to imagine with me that it's February. It's cold. Wherever you are, it's probably rainy or snowy. The days are dark and the days are short. You're starting to feel a bit disconnected. There's this gradual buildup of overwhelm in every aspect of your life, and you're not quite sure why it's happening. In my own experience, this happens because of a lack of quiet and a lack of stillness. And the primary cause is because of my phone. We seem to live in a world that is tailor-made to distract us. From the phones that are in our pockets to the TVs we have on at night and the wrists that are on our watches. From the phones we keep in our pockets to the TVs we have on at night, and even the devices we wear on our wrist are made to keep us from being bored. But bored might be exactly what we all need. Think of yourself like a computer. Brand new out of the box, you run fast, everything is crisp, and you are just right on task. But gradually the cache files start to build up. The tabs in the web browsers remained open. You're never shut down and you're never restarted. All of a sudden the tasks start being sluggish. You can't open up that program as fast as you used to be able to do. And it's because all of these things start building up and you can't really focus on one thing anymore because all of these background tasks are going on. Alright, so what does a restart look like for people like you and me who are obviously not a computer? Well, I have 3 things that I learned as I went throughout college that helped me kind of push back against that constant buildup of overwhelm. And the first thing was a walk. Now, I've talked about walks in my morning routine video and in my journaling video and in probably 5 other videos, but walks really are my greatest weapon to fight against the overwhelm. So I would highly encourage you that if you kind of feel that overwhelm building up, if you feel your shoulders start going up and you just feel that frantic feeling, leave all of your devices at home, in your dorm room, your apartment, and just go on a walk so it's just you and your thoughts. The second thing that I learned as I was going through undergrad to help against this overwhelm feeling was to try to set aside time every day or at least a few times every week where the screens would be gone. It's almost like a screen detox, if you will. For maybe about 30 minutes before I went to bed, the phone would go off and the computer would go off. Because these devices are what fill those little bits of time where we just feel like we have to have a distraction, where we feel like we have to be doing something. But it's those times of quiet that help us push back against the overwhelm. Those little moments are way more valuable than we give them credit for. So I'd highly recommend just to give yourself a little bit of time each day or a few times a week where the screens are off and the distractions are off. So if you're bored, you can just be bored and enjoy the quiet. The third thing that I would recommend for you guys is to get a good night's sleep. This is something that I really learned in college, and in a book that I'm reading now called Why We Sleep, it's just setting it in stone for me. There are really 3 main aspects of sleep that help fight against the overwhelm. The first one is that sleep is basically an emotional reset. So as you sleep, your body flushes out the chemicals and hormones produced by emotional experiences, and your brain processes through the emotions experienced that day. So that's really helpful. The second thing is that it's basically a RAM purge. So as you sleep, all the memories and skills that you learned are taken from your hippocampus, which is your short-term working memory, and is put in the top of your head, which is the cortex, and that's your long-term memory. So it wipes the RAM so that you are fresh and have a lot of learning power ready to go the next day. And then the third big reason is that sleep takes away a lot of the negative side effects of being overwhelmed. So it lowers your blood pressure, it lowers your heart rate, it relaxes your musculature. All these different things are physical side effects of stress and overwhelm that you can literally feel, and sleep combats those and helps to get rid of those. So that's what I have for you guys in terms of why we often feel like we don't have a lot of time and why the overwhelm tends to build a lot. Take walks, get off those phones that fill every spare second of our day, and get a good night's sleep. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.